Hey guys, so today I'm going to make a video about Cupp because she made a video for the CNN YouTube page about how their atheists are better than our atheists.
I don't know. I don't believe in God, but I'm not mad at him.
Okay, you can already tell how ridiculous of a piece this is because she's already pretty much failed. I'm an atheist, but I'm not mad at God? I'm sorry, but you can't be mad at something that you don't believe in, so her saying that, it makes me question whether or not she really is an atheist. I mean, is she doing this for publicity?
I became an atheist because I'm not a joiner. I didn't want to be part of a club or a group.
I'm not a joiner. I don't want to be part of a club or a group, but I am all in for the Republican Party. So here's one of my favorite quotes from her. I'm a fan of George Bush. I think he had a conviction, personal principles that require him to answer to someone else when he went to bed at night. I don't see the same kind of reverence in some of our other recent presidents, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton included. That gives me comfort as a citizen, knowing that my president is going to bed answering to a higher power. I really respect that. And we're sounding less and less like an atheist by the second.
It seems like there's this idea perpetuated by atheists that atheists are somehow disenfranchised or left out of the political process. And I don't find that to be the case.
Oh, you don't personally find that to be the case, so that means it must not be true, right? I'm sorry, but we are left out of the political process. There are 535 members of Congress, and guess how many atheists there are? There are still 7 states out there that have laws against atheists holding public office. Now, like I've mentioned in videos before, there are federal laws that go above that, so they don't really hold, but they still haven't taken them out. There are so many red states out there that discriminate against atheists. Your personal idea of what might be out there is completely irrelevant.
I think, in fact, atheists have grown more vocal over the past decade or two than ever before. In fact, in many ways, atheists act like a religious body unto themselves.
More and more vocal, yeah. We're getting pissed off that we keep getting shit on by the political process, so we have to congregate to some kind of degree to speak out against this. And that's what any minority group has to do when they're fighting for equality. That doesn't make you religious at all. And yeah, you know what? Sometimes you have to be a little bit loud to be heard. I'd like you to tell me of one equal rights movement that did it silently.
There's another myth that conservatism is somehow hostile to atheism. I also don't find that to be the case.
Again, I just don't find that to be the case, so it mustn't be so. I'm sorry, but the 7 states that I mentioned before are all pretty red states, and from my experience driving through a lot of these states, I see billboards plastered everywhere about how atheists are going to go to hell. So I would really like for you to reconsider your idea that conservatism isn't hostile towards atheists.
I'm a conservative atheist. I felt very welcomed by this party. In fact, I'd go so far as to say conservatism is far more intellectually honest and respectful of atheism than liberalism has been. For conservatives, atheism is something that is tolerated, respected. We appreciate an intellectual diversity. Most conservative atheists I know, including myself, have a really healthy respect for the role of religion in society and in this country in particular. And in contrast, on the left, it seems as though there is this knee-jerk embrace of what is more like a militant hostility, a reaction against intellectual diversity.
Throughout that segment, she was extremely repetitive. She just found different ways of saying the same thing, which was pretty much that conservatives are more accepting of atheists. All atheism stands for is the lack of a belief in a God. But people who are outspoken about atheism do so mainly because of secular values. We're tired of seeing religion forced onto everybody. And it's definitely not something that I would describe as accepting and tolerant and respectful.
It's exclusionary. Bill Maher thinks 95% of the world has a neurological disorder. I don't think you'd find that on the right. And for that reason, I'll say it, I think our atheists are better than yours.
I would love to ask her, or whoever actually wrote this script out, why they thought it was a good idea to start off an idea saying that someone else is exclusionary and then end it by saying, we're better than you. Looking at human evolution, it's been beneficial for us to develop this pattern-seeking behavior. We notice trends, we start giving credibility to certain things because they happen over and over and over again, and that's been beneficial because it helped us learn not to do things that got us killed. And that mindset kind of transferred over into us developing this set of religious beliefs. So I don't think it's a neurological disorder. I think it's pretty easily explained why people are like that. But it's still a delusion. And that's very different than saying that someone has a neurological disorder. They just hold a false belief or opinion. And if you disagree with that, You're not an atheist because you believe that the opinion that they hold isn't false. So you believe that there is a God. You're not an atheist. And yet I've still seen instances where she takes offense to it being called a delusion. So I question even further whether or not she's actually an atheist. And these quotes that she said doesn't help either. I haven't closed the door on faith. It just hasn't found me yet. I really aspire to be a person of faith one day. You aspire to be a person of faith? That is definitely not something I've ever heard an atheist say before. You know what? I'm not deluded now, but one day, I just might believe the lie. Well, don't worry, you're on the right track. I think you're actually already a person of faith. You have a lot of faith in yourself because you can look facts straight in the face and say, I just don't believe personally that they're true. You know, I would love to see a similar video to hers from Christians on the left saying, well, Jesus was pretty much a socialist, which is true, so I think our Christians are better than your Christians. Anyways, I thought this video was pretty funny. A lot of you sent it to me and wanted me to comment on it, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video if you did, comment, share it everywhere. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram and all that fun shit. My website is jacquelineglenn.com. Make sure to check it out if you want some really cool fiction and logic t-shirts. And also, thank you to everyone supporting me on Patreon. I'll have links to that as well in the description below. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
There's no God, he doesn't exist.